Alrighty, hello everybody, and welcome into the SFA Season 13 Week 5 Game Day. We've got a big-time matchup here in the Big Ten for you as number 3 Minnesota goes on to take number 8 Illinois. And a big-time undefeated matchup, top 10 matchup. We've already seen 3 top 10 teams go down this week, and a 4th will go down as well. Let me know if you can hear me. If you don't know what this is the SFA. It's an online dynasty ran entirely through Discord. You do not need the game to participate. If you join, you can take over a team, set the depth chart, set the scheme, set the playbook, recruit, hire coordinators, and try and will your team on to victory. We also have fully functional sportsbook, and they give you recruiting rewards. We have fantasy football as well. All can help you out. It's a really fun time. Not a ton of work per week for you. So if you want to join, check out links in the descriptions. You also might run into an ad or two while you watch the stream. We are affiliated with Twitch. So if you don't want to have ads, get access to some emotes and stuff, drop a Twitch Prime. It is free if you have Prime, and we appreciate it, as all revenue does go back to you guys in terms of a national championship trophy and care package if you win it all. But yeah, let me know if you can hear me, and then we can go ahead and get started. I need somebody to tell me that they can hear me before I start talking for 20 minutes without any background. Looks like we are live. We are good to go here as the Golden Gopher. Nobody kind of expect them to be undefeated, as you guys can hear me. Cool. And that's whose roster we're going to go over first. The challenger, the road team, as they are led by Slade Roden, the SFA quarterback. Remember, this is Jay Jetta's former team before he went and escaped to Oklahoma. He could never quite get him over the hump, as Slade Roden now leads this team as an upperclassman. And they also, on defense, Rashawn Bailey wasn't always the best running back, but he's kind of grown into a quality starter. You also might see a bit of Tommy Mobley, who has some good speed. We know Rashawn Bailey, though, is a great power back. Wide receiver, the SFA player Jude Abraham and Devin Hester are on the outside. And then the slot guys, Steven Jackson and Fisher. Jeffrey Henderson is a decent tight end here for them as well. And John Raymond on the end. And little rough there in the middle for them, but decent linemen all throughout. And then on the defensive line, SFA player Marvin Irby. On the other side, you got Jerome Jones. And in the middle, SFA player Delvin Blizzard and Ryan Lowe. At linebacker, you got Brandon Roach, Gerald Gray, and then A.J. Klein, one of the best linebackers in the country. He's won all of the awards, the Buckus, Team of the Year, and all of that. And then last year he had an injury, so he decided to come back for his senior year. 91 overall. You got to watch out for him. Then on the outside, you got John Bailey. And first time we'll ever catch a glimpse of Freddie Funyuns, number 30. Watch out for him, SFA player. Tommy Adams, Reggie Calhoun, decent cornerbacks. And in the backside, Dennis Luke and Sean Williams. Their kicker today is Terrence Logan, an 82 overall. He's 1 for 2 on the year. Has okay power and better accuracy, so we'll see what he can do. And they're going to take on Coach Flame. You know him from his days at Baylor, always choking in the playoff, but making the playoff every year. He took over Illinois. They did win a Citrus Bowl, but a really rough year last year. They're leaning on Tim Miles, the non-SFA player quarterback. He's had a kind of a tough career here at Illinois, but he is 6'7", 90 speed. He should be good, so we'll see if he can do it today. And Boogie Toes, the SFA player at running back. We get to see a full game of him today. Super excited about that. And at wide receiver, they got Davis Holman, the SFA player, on one side, and Eddie Royal, the transfer SFA player from Tennessee a couple years back. And in the slot, Stephen McKenzie and Osborne. Got Robert Harrell here at the tight end position. And left tackle is one of the best offensive lines in the country. You got Nigel Pancake at one tackle. Pierre Logan in the middle. Hayden in the middle. And Thorne at the right guard. And then you got Muffy Breastfeeder, the right tackle. The tackles are crispy. That's going to be the matchup to watch. Marvin Irby versus Nigel Pancake. But I love that offensive line. And then Xavier James here at the left end position, SFA player. At the other side, you got Joe McNair. And in the middle, the SFA player who decided to come back, Vince Wilfork, 99 overall, one of the few in the country after a bad year last year. You also got Al Marshman, who is force started as that second defensive tackle, so you will see him as well. And then he has a couple of SFA player freshmen here starting. You got Bud Peeler on one end. Mike Gunn, he's not starting. I think it's either Skip Stackle, who's an SFA player, or Bud Peeler in the middle. I don't remember which one he chose. And then out wide, you got David Williams, who is not playing in this game. He's hurt, I believe. So it's going to be Jeffrey Jones, Jared Brothers, who was in our graphic, and Vince Moore. So they are kind of hurting at the cornerback position. We'll see if Slade Roden can dot them up. But in the backfield, stopping those yams, it's Andrew Smith and Daniel Johnson. And at kicker, they've got Jake Vaughn, a senior, 91 kick power, 79 accuracy. They also have an SFA player at punter, Guy Beard, so we'll see if he can do anything. But Flame, let me know what jerseys you want to wear. It is only one user as we get on into this game. Galloping Ghost uniforms. All right, if we have them. I don't know if we have them. Galloping Ghosts. All right, so this, or is there a full set here for Galloping Ghosts? No, it's just the grays. Okay, so let me just go to the Galloping Ghosts, and let's see if I can get you better gloves that aren't clashing with that. Now we'll go the Vaporflies. And then for Minnesota, I mean, we got to give them a big yellow goldy face. Why not? All right, so let me get this up for you, the prediction. As always, there's no spreads or anything going on with these. It's just a who wins. Is it going to be Minnesota, or is it going to be Illinois? Minnesota or Illinois. You got 2 minutes on the clock. You got to let me know when this prediction is over. But I'm going to get my thumbnail here. This is a critical matchup in this division. Both of the top teams, both undefeated. All right, got the thumbnail. We got the uniforms going, the Galloping Ghost. And now I have, Flame, I have your song set up. Remember, it only goes on touchdowns and turnovers. I'm playing it now. Let me know if the volume's good. Remember, it should about match my voice, so I shouldn't be drowned out by it. Let me know if this is a good volume for it. Remember, this is his custom fight song. If you do join Patreon, you do get access to this if you're on Gameday. He got to choose the song, and then we convert it into a band. So let me know if this sounds okay. It's a little loud, okay. So we'll turn it down here. Is this better? Turn it down a little bit. Hello, hello, is this good? Is this good now? Turned it down a little bit. Yep, that's good. Cool, cool, all right. So I got that set. Now, folks, if you are betting on this massive, massive game, Minnesota is a 3-point favorite on the road, and the over-under is 51.5 today. And remember, folks, you got the first TD as well. So on the Gopher side, Rashawn Bailey is plus 150, Slade Roden plus 350, and Jude Abraham plus 500. And on Illinois side, you got Boogie Toes plus 200, Tim Miles plus 300, and Davis Holman plus 600. So let me know once this prediction ends. Not a lot of points being bet here, as it is quite a weird matchup. But Minnesota, easily the toughest strength of schedule to start the year. I mean, they beat Ohio State, they beat Iowa, they beat Nebraska. Now they face Illinois. If they can somehow get past them, then they have to face Arizona State next week. It's a brutal schedule, but if they can get through it, you got to think they're going to be the number 1 team in the nation. I've already started putting them at number 1, but ECU's win today might have changed my mind a little bit. But let me know once this prediction is over. I think it is over. I just want to make sure nobody gets free information. All right, here we go. We've seen both rosters. We got the jerseys going. 88 overall for Minnesota, so a little bit lower than I thought. But is Slade Roden him? Are they going to be able to win another massive game? And Illinois, I mean, we don't know a lot about this team. They did beat Iowa State, who does seem to be quite a good team. But then they struggled against Tulsa. It was a one-score game heading to the fourth quarter before Boogie Toes popped off for 3 touchdowns. So Flame always puts out a good team, it seems. So looks like he's back doing his typical thing. But these are definitely the 2 front runners for the conference now that Ohio State seems out of it, depending on how you value Michigan. They're another good team. They won this week. But Minnesota taking on Illinois. Illinois on their home turf. We are ready to see what Flames got after making the worst financial decision in SFA history last year by signing Logan Radke as a coordinator for $500K. He's been able to respond. They're undefeated. They have a big opportunity to stop one of the craziest stories in the country. They have a 99 overall. They have some great players all over the field. It's just going to come down to, is Tim Miles the guy this year? Or is Flame making another bad decision by this being, I think, his 3rd year at Illinois and not being able to have an SFA quarterback? Minnesota's going to click on the toss, and they are going to lose it. So Minnesota is going to start out with the rock here today. 9 minutes on the clock. Here we go. Week 5 underway as the Gophers take it. They are going to return it. The Gophers get past the 15. They cut outside. Cut back inside. Breaks a tackle down at the 24. And here comes Jude Abraham, the IRL SFA BearCave reward from a few years back. Didn't follow Jay Jettis to Oklahoma because Jay Jettis was a terrible coach. How is Slade Roden going to do? Rashawn Bailey getting the first touch here, and he goes up the gut for 5. They are not afraid to run straight at Vince Wilfork, the 99 overall. So Vince Wilfork there in the slot, or in the middle, along with Al Marshman and Xavier James at the bottom of that line. And then 2 SFA middle linebacker. And Rashawn Bailey, like I said, a great power back. He got hit in the backfield there, and he carried him for 7 yards, and that is a fresh set of downs for Minnesota. Remember, they got Skip Stackle, Bud Peeler there in the middle. So 5 of this 6 linemen are SFA players, as Roden's going to keep it, and he goes down. We've seen early on in his career Slade Roden make a couple of mistakes on these game day settings. So we'll see if he's grown. Remember, he's a high overall now, but looking good so far. We've yet to see a throw. Here it is, his first one of the day. Clean pocket. He just gets rid of it. Nobody open. Live to fight another down. Remember, Illinois does have a depleted secondary. Big chance here for Illinois, though, to get off the field. They do come out empty. They decide to audible now. Man comes to the backfield. 3rd and 6. Roden once again, clean pocket. Steps up, delivers it to his man, but it's going to be short. Steven Jackson unable to get to the line to gain. And they are going to punt it here. So a big early stop for Illinois' defense. And remember, last week, Minnesota didn't have the best offensive output. They only scored 17 points. But they won because of their special teams returning 2 kicks for touchdowns. But now we get to see what Illinois does, and the big player here, Boogie Toes in the backfield. You got Davis Holman at the bottom of your screen and Eddie Royal at the top. 1st and 10 here, Tim Miles in the backfield. He's going to throw it here, take off first. He breaks one, he breaks another, he's still going. Tim Miles gets about 2, the toughest 2-yard run you'll see. Breaking a couple of tackles and brought down eventually by Delvin Blizzard. Delvin Blizzard has those black boots there in the middle. Marvin Irby, top of your screen. Or he might be at the bottom. And they dump that one off, and that is going to be brought down. That's Robert Harrell. So a 3rd and short upcoming here for Flame in the Illinois Fighting Illini. You don't want to start out with a 3 and out. 3rd and 3. They flip the play here. We've yet to see Toes get a carry. Trips right. They move him back, trying to figure out. No, he goes to the backfield. It's going to be a bit of triple option. Boogie Toes does get the first down. 10-yard gain here. Boogie Toes, a 4-star running back who sat a year behind the power back Mike Alstott before taking over. It's the change of pace back for a year. This time, triple option. Miles keeps it, and he flips it back. He didn't see. Oh, and it's recovered. Almost a terrible mistake from Tim Miles as he chucked it right at A.J. Klein's legs, unable to corral it, and they maintain possession. So already a tough start here for Tim Miles, but it didn't cost him too much, just some yardage. They get it all back here from a Toes delayed draw play. 3rd and medium and coming for Illinois. Can they settle down, get a critical conversion? They are going to delay draw it to Boogie Toes, and he gets the first down. You always got to question running the ball on 3rd and long, but they got the look they wanted, and you can't really question Flame, the legendary head coach. 6 trips to the CFP. 1st and 10 now. And they hand it off to Davis Holman out of the backfield. The big red zone threat getting a carry. Interesting. But Flame still trying to get Illinois to the playoff for the first time. And when he was with Baylor, it took him till his 3rd season to get to the playoffs. So it's his 3rd season with Illinois. Is it time for Illinois here as they get a sack? And there's A.J. Klein, the SFA player. One of the best, if not the best linebacker in the country. Already getting a sack. He did miss that fumble, unfortunately, earlier on the drive. But Illinois here at midfield. 3rd and 9 again. They are 2 for 2 so far. 3rd and 9. 4-man rush. And he has time. And that's about to run out. He throws off the back foot and almost intercepted. When Miles gets flustered today, he kind of forces it. He hasn't been punished quite yet, but once... Just like Minnesota, Illinois stalling out around midfield. So the Golden Gophers get the ball back as this just goes out the back of the end zone. No scoring quite yet. Drive for each team. Couple of first downs for both teams, but nobody giving up the big play quite yet. Slade Roden coming out. Oh, he almost gets a guy to jump. As they're going to run some quick option, he gets the pitch off to Rashawn Bailey. Breaks a tackle. And he's pushed out of bounds. That was a big-time push there. Sean Bailey blasted out of bounds. 2nd and 6 incoming. Roden here. Free blitzer. He just dumps it off, and Bailey can't stay in bounds. They lose 2. Unable to pick up the blitz. As Slade Roden, not a great start through the year. 2 completed passes, 1 yard. 3rd and 8 incoming. Only 3-man rush. He's yamming it deep, and he has a man splitting 3 defenders, finding the speedy Devin Hester. The deep threat. Never got on the field under the Jay Jetta's tenure. Despite promises to be a starter. But nevertheless... He's playing here today. Hand off to Rashawn Bailey up the gut, and he falls forward for about 8. So a big play to Devin Hester here. And the Gophers are in business. Second and 2 now. They hand it back off to Rashawn Bailey. He stiffies a man. He's still going. It's going to be a long day for the Fighting Illini if Bailey's able to just fall forward every play for 6 yards. As they're hurrying it up here yet again. They see something they like. Roden has time, dumps that off to Bailey. He gets about 4. Ooh, that's a decent comp. I like that, A.J. Dillon. 4 for 5 now for Slade as they're inside the 30. We've got 6 men on the line here as we're in Wildcat. Bailey taking a snap. He hands it out. And can they turn the corner? He does! Nobody there! Touchdown, Minnesota! The speed back Tommy Mobley takes the pitch and takes it to the house. 7-0 Minnesota. Creativity off the charts to start it here. The Wildcat working. They just crowded the middle there. And Minnesota hit them with the outside rush with the 96 speed back. Nobody able to stop them. Tough scenes there as how's Illinois going to respond? Can Tim Miles, can he settle in? They were able to move the ball. They just got to be consistent, avoid that critical turnover. Almost had 2 on that last drive. 1st and 10, you got to think they're going to rush it more with toes. I like the read option there because Miles does have some wiggle. Despite his frame, he does get up to 90 speed. Plenty of time here for Illinois. Not time to panic if you're an Illinois fan. I know this stadium is pretty quiet right now. Trips left. And the bubble screen out wide. It gets the first down. Davis Holman. So they're getting the #1 receiver here into some spots he's not normally. He's typically used as, you know, a possession guy, kind of a red zone threat, if you will. As they're going to hand this one up the gut there, and Boogie Toes for 9 again. I think early on it's apparent that this Illinois offensive line, one of the best in the country, is getting quite the push on these defenders. They can keep it up. This could be a long day for the Gophers. Man in motions, tight end. They're going to hand it off again. Tim Miles. And he can't make the pitch as A.J. Klein brings him down in the backfield. Already a sack and 2 TFLs. That's crazy in a loss. Minnesota will give everybody a 20 class act as they delivered over the middle, and it was a strike, but unable to hang on. The catch in traffic just not there, and A.J. Klein already having a massive impact on this game. You love to see SFA players after season-ending injuries coming back, their last chance making a name for themselves. Oh, yeah. Everyone just showed up because they knew they'd get a gift card. All right, 1st and 10 now for Minnesota. A long touchdown drive. They got it done with the trick play. Can they repeat it? Plenty of time here. First quarter still. Slade, he just dumps that off, and that's going to be another catch for Devin Hester. We still yet to see Jude Abraham get a catch. Nice start for Slade now. 2nd and 7. Illinois cheating up. They bring a safety blitz. It's picked up here. Roden, he delivers it. It's an interception. And they're going the other way. Slade Roden picked off. He didn't see the linebacker, Mike Gunn. And I got to get the fight song playing. Yes, Darnell Pope. It's a sim league. If you want to join, feel free. We still have about 30 open teams, I believe. It's ran through Discord as Boogie Toes gets a nice carry here. It's the SFA. You take over a team. You can set playbooks, depth charts. You got your coordinators. You recruit. It's a fun time. We also have sportsbook. We have fantasy football as well. If you want to join. 2nd and 2 here for Illinois. Can they capitalize off of the turnover? Miles keeps it, and he gets the first down. Link is on our channel, or in any of our descriptions on our YouTube channel. So if you go to the main, I don't have the fancy stuff, cryo. I don't know how to set that up, but if you go to the main page on Twitch, it should be a hyperlink to our Discord. I gotta set up a command for Discord. But as we head to the second quarter here, Illinois, big turnover. Can they tie this game up? Triple option again. This time they're stuffed. Yes, sir. There's a channel called Job Openings. Check out the open job and then coaching portal to get your roles. I'll set you up after I do everything for today. It is a game day, so I have a lot of stuff to do. But Tim Miles now dumps that off to Toes, and he dropped it. So the catch in traffic here for Illinois not working today. That's the second drop in a row. So 3rd and 14. You really got to feel like Illinois has to capitalize off this turnover. You're not going to get too many opportunities like this, and they claps on him. He gets it off and almost picked. Freddie Funyuns tips it out. He almost had his first pick. And they bring out the field goal unit. It's going to be a 43.5-yarder here from left hash to get their first points on the board. And it's good. Illinois pulls within 4. So they do get points off the turnover. Would have liked a touchdown, but I guess we'll take 3 as it just stays in that left upright. And here we go. Minnesota, how are they going to respond? Slade rode in, makes that critical mistake he's known for. As they still have the lead here. Come out in this pistol formation, half full house, I guess you could say, as Rashawn Bailey powers his way for 6. One of the better power backs in the country. 2nd and 4 now, split backs. Slade, he has time, dumps that off. There's Devin Hester again. He gets the first down on the mid-screen. His 3rd catch already. Still yet to see Jude Abraham at the bottom of your screen. Very even today so far from Minnesota. As they're going to throw it here. As he just throws it away. He didn't like anything off the play action fake despite having a perfect pocket. Rodin looks uncomfortable back there. 2nd and 10 now. 2 tight ends on the field. That left side looks juicy as they bring down a safety. 8 in the box. And quick option. They take the running back. Slade has room. Slade. He gets a first down. His 2nd carry goes for 14 as they approach past midfield. Here come the Golden Gophers now, responding very nicely after the pick. They pick up a blitz. He's yamming it deep. And it's caught at the goal line. Devin Hester, another bomb. His 2nd of the day. He yammed it deep and underthrew it, and the cornerback never adjusted. So 1st and goal now. Minnesota knocking on the door yet again, extending this lead. Slade, he has time. He decides to take off, and he runs out of time. Sacked. Down he goes, Vince Wilfork, the 99 overall, making his presence known in a critical situation, fighting through double team. Big time sack there. 2nd and long now from the 8. Gotta think that only 5 guys in the middle that they're gonna run this ball. No, they throw. It's a mid-screen. He gets the blocking. Touchdown, Devin Hester. A masterclass performance so far from Devin Hester as they take a 14-3 lead. Devin Hester carrying this offense. He's caught 2 yams, and he has a touchdown now. So Jude Abraham getting all the hype, getting the graphic, and Devin Hester, though, torching these replacement cornerbacks in the secondary. So Illinois now at home, down by 2 scores. I mean, plenty of time, but got to score a touchdown here. Nehemiah Smith takes it back past the 20. Can Illinois respond? Their wide receiver, it's been the passing. They've been unable to get anything going in the pass game. Running game's been good. They get a little option out here, flips it out to Boogie Toes. He gets about 8. (14-3) here in the second quarter for Minnesota. Adjusting the play call here for Miles, the senior quarterback. And dumps that off to Toes, and Freddie Funyuns breaks it up. 2 for 7 start here for Tim Miles. If this doesn't tell you to recruit SFA quarterbacks, I don't know what will. 3rd and 2 now for Illinois. Critical conversion. They're going to audible yet again. As it's just going to be some read option. Can he get the first? Yes, they do. So Illinois has a good run game, but how much is the run game going to help you when you're down 2 scores? You're going to have to throw it. First and 10 now. He escapes the pocket. He has some room, runs over a man, and that's a first down. Illinois in business here as they cross the 40. Plenty of time, but they got to get this pass offense to work. But Toes gets another carry. He breaks a tackle, gets about 8 again. Or just give it to Toes every time. He's averaging 8 a carry. And that first TD did go to Mobley, so nobody gets a payout there for the first TD line. As a quick throw out wide, it's going to be Davis Holman breaks a tackle, gets another first down. Davis Holman, best receiver so far for them. I mean, the short passes, that's all you can do. They're across inside the 45 here. Holman in motion to the backfield. And once again, option, and that goes nowhere. Freddie Funyuns on the tackle. He's having a great day. 2 pass breakups already. Tackle for loss. SFA player corner. Split back here. And it's going to be another option that goes nowhere. The linebacker Roach brings him down, and now they're just backing themselves into a corner here. 3rd and 17. While they are 50% on 3rd down, this one doesn't seem all that likely. 3rd and 17, Miles. He has a clean pocket. He throws it out wide, but he's going to be short. Steve McKenzie does get 14. Are they going to kick a field goal, or they're punting it from the 36? Oh, what a horrible decision here from Flame. This might be one of the worst decisions we've ever seen, unless they can pin him very deep here, and that looked pretty good. Guy Beard, the SFA punter, did he pin him deep? Or did that go out the back of the end zone? He gets him out at the 2. The SFA punter doing his job here. Can Illinois make a play? No, he chooses the wrong side, and there goes Rashawn Bailey. A bad diving attempt. Touchdown, Minnesota. 98 yards for Rashawn Bailey. They break this game wide open. A massive oof for the Illinois faithful here at home as they choose a ironic punt, from the 36, but it works. They pinned them at the 2. But you saw those right side defenders were free, but they ran to the right. They ran to the right side where the guys were on the left. Oh, and then the corner couldn't make a tackle. Tough play there, unfortunately. And now Illinois is down 3 scores. This one in danger of getting ugly. Minnesota making a statement here on the road. Showing everybody that they think they're the best team in the country. My God! Tim Miles gets smoked by Marvin Irby, the SFA player. And is that knee okay? He got the leg underneath him. 2nd and 14. He looks to be out there. Things just going from bad to worse for the Illini here today. As they're just going to hand it off here. And they go farther backwards. Gerald Gray getting involved now. 3rd and long again. Coach Flame getting his cheeks clapped here today in this first half. 3rd and 16 here for Miles. He's going to change the play at the line. He has time. He just floats that open man. That's Eddie Royal. Makes his first catch of the day, but it's 4th and 7. Minnesota going to get the ball right back. Minnesota showing that they are one of, if not the best team in the country here. Mobley gets taken down. They start out this drive at the 41. And Slade Roden just going to dump this out to Rashawn Bailey, who's having himself a day already. His 3rd catch already out of the backfield. 2nd and 6 incoming. You have to think Illinois has to make a splash play of some sort. Rashawn Bailey getting a carry out wide. Can he turn the corner? He gets about 2. So 3rd and 4 here for Illinois. Illinois can get off the field here and get a score. They're back in business as they do get the ball after half. Going to be mid-screen here. Devin Hester again. Just cooking this defense. It's been all Devin Hester and Rashawn Bailey today. Both already over 100 scrimmage yards. As Devin Hester has 105 of Slade Roden's 114 yards today. 1st and 10 here. It's a screen. Jude Abraham gets his first touch of the day as he gets speared by the defender. Devin Hester with a key block there. Blocking 2 defenders at once. And we're inside the 35 here. Roden over the middle, diving catch, and Jude Abraham back to back. Yeah, if this, I mean, D-Sleep, what I'm hoping for is Minnesota just destroys Oklahoma in the playoff. That would be a dream scenario. It's Rashawn Bailey, he breaks 1. He has room, he breaks another. Rashawn Bailey. Another 15 yards on the ground. Having his way with this defense. 9 rushes, 150 yards, averaging 15 a carry. It's just unfair here today. Minnesota clearly outclassing Illinois so far in this first half. So get this full house set now. Slade just dumps that off to the running back. It was behind the line. No, they call it a reception. As Illinois calls a timeout, a little surprising there, but they want a chance to get some sort of points before half. Remember, they do get that ball at the start of the 3rd quarter. Slade, he has time, dumps that over the middle. Broken tackle again, but not going anywhere. Steven Jackson gets 2, 3rd and short, or 3rd and 6. In Minnesota now, 3rd and 6. Dumps that off. It's going to be short. Steven Jackson only gets 5. They needed 6. So decision time for Minnesota. They're going for it. A massive chance here for Illinois to get off the field. 4th and 1, a minute left in the first half. And it's going to be a mid-screen, and he doesn't get it! Devin Hester speared behind the line, and Illinois gets a break. Minnesota channeling their inner Oregon, getting way too greedy. 1st and 10 now. Tim Miles dumps that off over the middle. It's complete this time. Boogie Toe's been their best offensive player today. Plenty of time. I mean, 40 seconds left. You have a timeout. You'd like them to be in a bit more of a hurry up. But they dumped that one off. That's going to be a 1st down, and that is Eddie Royal, his 2nd catch of the day. Are they going to hurry it up here? No, so they are kind of just taking their time. They're kind of backed up deep, not really wanting to risk a turnover here. They are going to still throw it, though, as they're yamming it here, and there's a catch for Matt Osborne. All right, out of bounds. Clock does stop. 20 seconds left. They're in business. They have a chance to maybe get a field goal, maybe even a couple of yams at the end zone. Remember, Illinois gets the ball after half. This could be a critical double-up situation. They're at the 37. Safety coming down. Watch out for the yam. They pick up the blitz. Delivers a strike. That's another 1st down. Davis Holman. And they use the timeout here. Interesting. You know, the clock did stop. They want to talk about what they're going to do here. Safety coming down yet again. They're just going to hand it off here. Boogie Toes, and he goes down. Oh, no, this might be the last play of the half now. They're not going to get it back to the line. What, did Illinois think they'd have another play? Like, I don't know, and clock runs out. So end of half shenanigans here for Illinois and Coach Flame, and Minnesota goes into the half up 21-3. So as we hit halftime, remember, folks, Hall of Fame voting does end after this week. This is the ballot. If you want to get your votes in, remember you have to be a coach since the beginning of Season 12 to have your votes count. Remember, anybody with over 50% of the voting will get enshrined during Conference Championship Week. So make sure to check out the announcement. It is pinned there. If you do want to cast your vote. Right now, I think we have about 20 people submitting their ballots. But tough end of half scenario there for Illinois. And as we head to the second half here, yes, make sure you get your votes counted. I checked the voting a day or two ago, and there was a couple guys teetering on the edge. So make sure you get in your votes. Make sure the SFA players you want get enshrined. And here we go. So hopefully Flame was able to talk his team out of the shenanigans that they were showing in that first half. Oh boy. And Flame might have just become the luckiest man in the world. As we get a freeze here. As we all know, we are using a simulator, so... Yep, I am frozen now, unfortunately, so Flame gets lucky here. Second freeze of the day. This is actually the first time it's frozen during a game day in quite a while. I think all the way back to like Season 9. So, interesting... So we are gonna, as always, it's just you restart. It's the blue square telling us that Yeah, tough, tough, tough. Remember, it gets loud here for a second, so sorry about it. Adjust accordingly. Always hate a crash. It just pushes everything back. Makes my night a lot later. Alright, here we go. So everything you just watched was fake news. As anything that kind of bad happens, remember, using an emulator is not perfect. It's really hard to emulate consoles. Get you back in your Galloping Ghost. Or Flame, did you want to change it, or do you want to go Galloping Ghost again? I'll let you have the opportunity to kind of change it if the Galloping Ghosts weren't working. Yeah, like 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Keep it. Ooh, interesting. All right. Wait, I got it. If we're going to keep it, let me keep the gold yellow face. And here we go. All right, let's get through a full game here. And it's so rare that it, like, freezes during gameplay. It never does that. It always freezes, like, on a cutscene or something. So, here we go. Back in it. Can Illinois get it done? Everything we just saw, I'll put a timestamp in the description of the Gameday VOD. It will be a bit longer. But we just kind of deal with these emulators, and I don't think that a crash has ever really changed an outcome quite severely, so fortunately all of these plays I just wrote down will not matter. The Devin Hester breakout game, as we're going to see Illinois first this time, so an opposite start. Alright, so the second start here. Tim Miles, see what he can do his senior season. They hand it off to Boogie Toes. No, he keeps it. And down the sideline, and he gets about 9. Can Illinois... And remember, this impacts the first touchdown as well. So all those bets are back on the table. Remember, it's a 3-point favorite for Minnesota. Yeah, that 98-yard run, losing that is kind of tough. As a nice tackle there. A.J. Klein still doing A.J. Klein things. As he beats him up in the backfield here. 3rd and 4 for Illinois. Can they start out well here today? 3rd and 4. They are going to throw it first time here. And that's a conversion. Davis Holman for 12. And Illinois is in business. Split backs here to start this set of downs as they fake it. Over the middle, delivers a strike. That's McKenzie. Illinois picking up speed now. They are across the 50. Great start here at home. Can they punch Minnesota in the mouth? They're just going to hand it off. Boogie Toes, first carry of the day. He gives out a stiffy. He gets about 7. Somebody wants to tell the server Gameday's restarting and 0-0 again. As in blowouts, typically our viewer count does go down. As we get a handoff here, Boogie Toes tries to get to the outside. He breaks a tackle, breaks a 3rd. And that's a first down for Boogie Toes. What a start. He's known for his wiggle. Not necessarily his power, but showing it off there. 1st and 10. Boogie Toes, they don't give it to him. Miles breaks a tackle. There he goes. Tim Miles inside the 20. Illinois is cooking. Number 8, Illinois, giving it to Minnesota so far. Inside the 20 now. Davis Holman in motion. It's a screen pass to Toes, and he goes down. Marvin Irby on the tackle. The SFA player recognized the screen, got out there, and made the tackle. 2nd and 12 incoming. They're at the 19.5. Trips right here for Illinois. Safety coming down. And it's quick option the other way, and they bring him down again, going backwards. Jerome Jones this time. Third and 14 now for the Fighting Illini on this opening drive. That's now 3 minutes long. Tim Miles, he has time. He goes to the end zone, and it's intercepted. That's Freddie Funyuns. The SFA player covers Davis Holman, and he picks it off in the end zone. Minnesota takes over. A tough start here for Illinois. They had a great drive going, hoping to punch Minnesota in the mouth. Now here comes Slade Roden as he gets it off to Devin Hester, the SFA player, his first catch on the day. Devin Hester, we know, underutilized in the Jay Jettas era, hoping to break out today. He called out 2 yams and a touchdown for himself, at least today. So we'll see if his predictions become a reality. As first down here for Minnesota, Slade starting out pretty well. Sean Bailey also a decent running back, power back. As they're not going to throw to him, that's intercepted! Illinois goes! Touchdown, Illinois! A pick 6! And they take the lead. Jared Brothers picking off the screen. Back-to-back interceptions. What a crazy start. Slade Roden and Tim Miles trading off interceptions. And the home team strikes first. As we get a studio update here, Virginia Tech taking out bitter rival Virginia. Ozzie Merkins had 2 TFLs, 6 assisting tackles. The SFA player transferred away from Texas A&M in the transfer portal. Clemson also getting a big win here. I don't know why we're getting all of these ACC scores. They stay perfect. They'll move up in the rankings as we've had multiple top 10 teams lose today. We had Georgia lose, Arizona lose, we had Baylor lose. So definitely some movement here towards the top today. Now, how is Slade Roden going to respond after throwing an interception? What a start for Illinois. They thought that they're going to have a great start. They turn the ball over and immediately score on a pick 6. We're in for a wild one here, folks. Minnesota comes back out in full house. Are they going to try to establish the run? They get a broken tackle and a stiffy from the fullback. Walter Townsend gets about 5. Don't go anywhere, folks. This is a crazy start. 2nd and 5 now for the Gophers. Handoff. Rashawn Bailey has blockers. There he goes. He breaks tackles. 15 yards for Bailey. And also when we have game crashes is that I start to lose my voice. So enjoy the crazy commentary on these big plays. And they're going to actually run some hurry up here. They like the look they had with Rashawn Bailey. Maybe they can do it again. Split backs. Man in motion. Both pass blocking. Roden, it's all picked up, and that's a drop from Jude Abraham. A rare drop, and Jared Brothers have a day. A pick 6 and a pass breakup already. on their number one target. And remember, he's normally in the slot. He's not used to covering these outside receivers as their top corner is on IR. As Slade takes a deep shot, but well out of bounds. So Minnesota having a tough start today. 3rd and 10 here. Can they keep the drive alive? Got to get to the 45 here as Rashawn Bailey's going to be a handoff. He needs to break a tackle, and he can't. Big time tackle there for the Illinois safety. Decision time here for the Gophers, and they are going to punt the ball. Can they pin him deep? It's going to be a fair catch, and oh, wait, we get a penalty here. And I can say this is the first time we've ever seen fair catch interference on SFA Gameday, as that's going to be a 15-yard penalty. So everything just going against Minnesota right now. As they're going to throw a screen pass, he connects with Boogie. And oh my God, look at the pancake from Nigel Pancake. He just flips that defender over. Let's watch this glorious blocking. Please get it on replay. Here it is. Look at this. Boof! And there goes Boogie Toes. Nigel Pancake and Muffy Breastfeeder, easily the best pair of tackles in the country. As Illinois has a dream start today, as they're already at the 50. They got the penalty, a nice screen pass. Dumps that off to Eddie Royal. He falls forward for 8. This is not the same Minnesota we saw the previous couple of weeks, or even earlier today. 2nd and 2 now. Boogie Toes, no. Miles keeps it. He fakes out the defense. He's still running, turning the feet. He gets about 9. Already 6 first downs for the Illini. And they're running quick option. Now he gets the pitch out to Boogie Toes, and he pushes forward for about 7. Illinois came to play today. They have been physical, smart, and they are inside the 30. Looking to take a 2-score lead. The delayed give, and Boogie Toes is wrapped up. There is Gerald Gray making a critical tackle. 3rd and long upcoming now for Illinois. They're 1 for 2 so far today. Can they keep the drive alive? Trips left. Only 4 down linemen. 3rd and 8. Tim Miles over the middle. Open man. First down and a lot more. Matt Osborne for 19. Tim Miles having a great start. He's settled in. He's 6 of 7. Yes, he threw an interception, but he's starting to cook. Here come Illinois. They are at the 13 now. Threw an interception their last time down here. 1st and 10. Man in motion. Hand it off, Eddie Royal, and he goes nowhere. A.J. Klein on the tackle, the best linebacker in the country. Nowhere to go. Second and 13 from the 16 here. They can still get a first down without a touchdown. Quick option now, and Mills, he throws it. Boogie Toes gets it. It went on the ground for a second, but he turns it into a 9-yard gain. A tough pitch there from Miles as he was hit from behind, but Boogie Toes had the wherewithal to corral it and get positive yardage. 3rd and 4 now, man in motion. Give you a handoff to Toes up the gut. Breaks a tackle, and they give him the first down. First and goal here for Illinois. Can they push the lead to 2 scores? Miles, he takes off. Can he get there? Touchdown, Illinois! They take a 14-0 lead. Minnesota now on their back foot. How are they going to respond? being punched in the mouth, already down 14. What a start for Flame. And this defense is reeling. Stopping the run, stopping the pass, the pick six off the screen. Illinois, man, they've got to stare at themselves in the mirror, try to figure out something. Got to get back in this game. They do get the ball after half, as Rashawn Bailey gets about 8. Second and 3 now. Rashawn Bailey, they might want to lean on him as he's shown some flashes already here today. Second and 3 here for Slade Roden. He makes some changes. He's already made a critical mistake. Can he come back from it? 4 down lineman. He's going to try to escape. And he gets brought down. Trips over his own lineman. Al Marshman, the SFA freshman, gets credit for the sack as the bull rush comes through. Look at the bull rush pushing him down. Illinois gets him in 3rd down again. Minnesota, the worst case scenario here is a 3 and out. 3rd and 7 here. They throw it. Open man, and that's a 1st down for Minnesota. Steven Jackson with a big-time catch. 3 of 6 here today already. Only 20 yards. They got to get Slade going. They're just going to hand it off here. Only 3 down linemen, and they bring him down. Rashawn Bailey, the power back, rarely goes down on first contact. Joe McNair makes the play. 2nd and 10 now. Minnesota, their own 38. They're coming out in some Wildcat here as they're going to hand it off. No, Rashawn Bailey keeps it, and he goes down. He loses yardage. No one faked out there as Vince Wilfork makes the tackle. 3rd and 10 now for Minnesota. But as we hit the end of the first quarter, Illinois shocking the world here today. Giving it to Illinois here, even overcoming an early interception. 14-0 for the Fighting Illini. Can they do the unthinkable? Will we have 2 top 4 teams go down here today? Minnesota comes out empty here, 3rd and 10 as we start the second quarter. And they're going to run it, and that goes nowhere. This defensive line just going crazy as now Xavier James makes a tackle. So 4th down, Illinois getting the ball back yet again. Here comes the punt now. Can they get a nice return? No catch interference this time. Nehemiah Smith, I can't say that name. So 1st and down here. Illinois, perfect start to the day. 14-0. Can they make this a 3-score game as he goes down? Tim Miles brought down behind the line. Marvin Irvey in the backfield. 2nd and 14 now. Trying to get this to a 3rd and manageable. Might run the ball. And that's what they do. Boogie Toes, and he's brought down Gerald Gray. Another nice tackle in the run game here for the middle linebacker. So 3rd and 10 now. 3rd and long here for Illinois. Can they stay on the field? Safety creeping down. 8 in the box. It's a safety blitz. And it's caught by Toes, but he's wrapped up immediately by Marvin Irvey, and that is going to be a 3 and out for Illinois. So the Minnesota defense coming up clutch here. Remember, this Minnesota defense only giving up 7 points today. They're having a good day themselves. Can Minnesota get a nice return? Here he goes. That's about a 30-yard return there for Tommy Mobley, the speedster backup running back. Welcome in, Mango. Yeah, I saw TCU scored, what was it, 61 today? Sheesh. Big time performance for JT Redwine and Speedy Gonzalez. But 1st and 10 here for Minnesota. Can they get their offense on track? Rashawn Bailey breaks one, and he gets a 1st down. That's the Rashawn Bailey we're used to seeing. He's averaging 6.5 a carry, the bright spot of the offense so far. Come back out in this full house that they love running so much. 1st and 10. They are across the 50 for the first time today. And down goes Rashawn Bailey yet again on first contact. This time it's the SFA freshman, Bud Peeler, getting off the block. First time we said his name today. 2nd and 11 now for the Gophers as they bring the safety down, 8 in the box. They're still going to hand it off. Rashawn Bailey reversing field. Breaks one, breaks another, and he gets about 5. A 3rd and medium up coming here for Minnesota. 1 of 3 on 3rd down today. Slade Roden yet to be effective through the air. 3rd and 6. Slade, he has time, plenty of time. All the time in the world. He's yamming that down the seam. Open man! Steven Jackson down to the 1. The first big play from Roden was a creative move by Steven Jackson. He just had the hitch, wasn't open, and then he took off down the seam and found some room. Minnesota now in business. Can they get a touchdown? 1st and goal. Pull back within 7. Only 3 down linemen. Rashawn Bailey, and he can't get the 1st down. Or he can't get the touchdown. Yes, sir. Blue square got us to restart at halftime. It is now the goal line formation. Roden under center. He's going to throw it. He delivers a strike. Touchdown, Minnesota. Jeffrey Henderson pulls them back within 7. As always, like I said before, if we have a crash, we just start over, pretend the game never happened. It's kind of how it works with an emulator. Looks like Flame was paying his dues to the blue square, and it rewarded him today. But we got a 14-7 competitive game here in the first half. Illinois, they had a pick 6 to start, got another touchdown, but succeeded there. As we got a return here, and that gets about 27. So here comes back Illinois' offense. See what they can do here. Split back formation. And it's going to be an option, but Miles just keeps it. 4 yards. And man in motion, it's going to be a handoff to McKenzie, and that goes nowhere. So Minnesota's defense starting to step up here. 3rd and medium, another chance to get off the field. 3rd and 6. Can Illinois keep this drive alive, or are they going to succumb to the momentum shift? 3rd and 6. Going to be a delayed handoff to Boogie Toes, and he gets the 1st down. Big time run for Boogie Toes. They love to give him the ball in passing situations, and it works out there. Fresh set of downs here for the Illini as we get an audible now. Got 3 receivers to the left side now, the short side. And blitz floats that over the middle, wide open man, and brought down. Robert Harrell makes his first grab on the day. The tight end, the undersized tight end. Tim Miles has a perfect start. Just one of those throws went to the defense. They're now in opposing territory. The Galloping Ghosts set. Gray set looking crispy here. The safety was threatening a blitz, and they get an audible. It looks like they're still going to bring pressure. And they do. It's picked up. Illinois, no! He runs out of time as he was gearing up for a yam. Tim Miles goes down. 2nd and 10 upcoming. That's the first true incompletion here for Tim Miles. Safety coming again. No, he fakes it this time. Miles tries to evade, and he goes down. A nice tackle there from Tommy Adams. So 3rd and long yet again for Illinois. Is this no man's land, or are they going to go for it? They do have the lead, 14-7. Critical moment here. Tim Miles over the middle, delivers a strike, another first down. This time Matt Osborne, his 2nd catch of the day, 30 yards. The number 4 receiver getting his work in as Miles goes above the 100-yard mark here in the first half. Toes. No, it's a play action. No, he's going to take off anyways. Miles finds the outside, and he breaks the tackle. He's still rumbling inside the 15. A big-time run there from Tim Miles, using the blockers perfectly, cutting off the pursuit of the middle linebacker there, and springs him as A.J. Klein has to bring him down. Illinois now threatening the red zone. Can they punch it in, re-extend their lead to 2 scores? Audible upcoming here. Shifting the tight end. 1st and 10. They bring a blitz. He throws it out of the back of the end zone. Nothing open. Just live to fight another down. 2nd and 10 here for Illinois. They hand it off. No, Miles keeps it, breaks the tackle up the middle. That's 8 yards. Averaging 5 a carry here for Miles. That includes sack yards. Critical 3rd and 2 here. Only 3 down linemen. Watch the run. Boogie Toes up the middle. 3rd and 2. Man in motion. McKenzie. Gonna be triple option. Miles. And he goes down. A.J. Klein from behind. He thought he had a clear path to the end zone, and Klein stuffs him. 4th and 4. Illinois has to settle now for a field goal. It's going to be a chip shot here. 28 yards from left hash. The kick. And it's good. Illinois takes a 10-point lead. Minnesota, though, they are happy with that as they have 2 minutes now to respond, and then they get the ball after half. So here's the kickoff. Remember last week, Minnesota had 2 returns for touchdowns. One of the best kick returning units in the country. Tommy Mobley gets past the 30. Jude Abraham held without a catch here today, the number 1 target. Minnesota finally got their pass game to perform late on that last drive. They have plenty of time here. 3 timeouts, 2 minutes to respond. Down 10. And a quick throw out wide, and Steven Jackson gets the catch. He's the only man with a catch today on this team. Devin Hester and Jude Abraham, I believe, do not have catches in the wide receiver core. 2nd and 10 now. Split backs. Rashawn Bailey in motion. It's a designed run to Slade Roden, and he gets about 3. Illinois using a timeout here. They might want to go down and score another touchdown. Minnesota in 3rd and long here. They're going to be a delayed draw to Rashawn Bailey. He stiffies a man, but he goes down. 4th down. Illinois uses another timeout. They're going to get the ball back yet again. Minute 33 left in the half with a timeout. Trying to extend this lead even further before halftime. Minnesota unable to capitalize on the opportunity. As here comes Illinois. Nehemiah Smith, 9-yard return. So 1 minute, 25 seconds left on the clock here in the first half. Tim Miles coming right back out. They got stuffed on that last drive. Can they perform this time? And that is Boogie Toes with an 8-yard catch on the angle route. His 4th reception here in the first half. Not known for his receiving abilities, but getting it done here today as the clock continues to run now. 2nd and 2 here for Illinois, and a quick throwaway for Tim Miles. His man was immediately covered. He just got rid of it. Being very safe with the ball here ever since his interception in the first drive. 3rd and 2 here for Illinois. Out wide, open man, and they call it a catch. Steve McKenzie drags a toe. 1st down, Illinois. The drive continues. Not quite across that 50-yard line. But they still have the timeout in their back pocket. 56 seconds left. Is throwing it deep. There's some separation. Eddie Royal down the sideline. He gets a 30-yard gain. Illinois in business as now they're going to hurry it up. They're at the 23 here. In field goal range at this point. But now they're thinking about a touchdown. As we got 50 seconds left. Plenty of time here. Tim Miles, he's going to take off. Can he get that first down? No, he's brought down from behind. And Minnesota now using a timeout. They are wanting the ball back here after half. As now you got Eddie Royal, and he is unable to get anything there. So clock is running 3rd down here for Illinois. Plenty of time for a field goal, but see what they do. Big blitz incoming, and they get to him. Sacked. Down he goes. The Minnesota defense coming up clutch. And here comes another field goal attempt from Illinois. At the 41, can they extend the lead? Yes, they do. Illinois adds 3. 20-7 here. Minnesota still has a chance to add points if they want, but 23 seconds. Not much opportunity there. As they're not going to return this one. So 23 seconds left here in the first half. The Illinois crowd loving it. They're dominating number 3. Slade Roden, though, wants to give it a shot here. Dumps that one off. Overthrows his man. And if I'm Minnesota, I might just want to get to halftime. Only 62 yards for Slade Roden here today. Uninspiring. As Minnesota, they are just going to hand it off to Rashawn Bailey. He does make a move there, and he's in the open field! Rashawn Bailey breaks away! Touchdown, Minnesota! A massive run at the end of the half! What a play from the Minnesota Golden Gophers. And never count out a team like Minnesota, a top team. You thought, okay, they're just going to run the ball, you know, to take it to halftime. They're down at 2 scores. They'll get the ball at half. They'll try to figure it out. They hand it off to one of the best running backs in the country. He stiffies a man in the backfield and takes it 60 yards. Illinois, now this half's not over. He breaks a tackle. He has some room. And he goes down. 3 seconds left here in a wild first half of action. Welcome to Big Ten football, y'all. 20-14 here in the first half. And Illinois is going to kneel it here. They don't want any more shenanigans. They'll take their lead to halftime. And as we hit halftime here, folks, Illinois has a lead, 20-14. We're officially into new football territory as the first stream crapped out right at the start of the third quarter. That game was 21-3 Minnesota. This one's a lot closer. What a game. I mean, you got to say Illinois has had the better start. But did that touchdown run at the end of the first half kind of take the wind out of Illinois' sails? Like, I feel like, yeah, we have the lead, but a big missed opportunity as Minnesota does get the ball back, down a score. Rashawn Bailey having himself a day. Slade Roden getting bailed out. I mean, they barely had the ball in that first half. It's been all Minnesota, dominating time of possession. That's to get an upset like this, you gotta just keep them off the field, and that's what they've been able to do so far. And Minnesota will get the ball here. See what they can do. Remember, folks, watch party. It was a great game. It came down to the final drive between Western Kentucky and UCLA. That'll go live. UE versus her former team. Recruits will take a little bit longer than usual tonight, as I was out of town, so I didn't get a chance to do them throughout the week. So it's probably going to take me quite a bit. I don't know how many submissions we got or anything, but we will see. All right, so here comes Minnesota, fresh off of the big play by Rashawn Bailey. And Slade Roden's going to throw it to start. He floats it out there, and oh my, what a deflection. Johnson, the safety, gets a hand on it. That was beautiful. Slade Roden not putting enough on it, and he's still yet to really gel. He's had one big pass, and they're just going to hand it off to Rashawn Bailey here, and unable to extend the run. A big-time tackle. That safety's made a few big plays today. 3rd and 9 incoming for the Gophers. Trying to feed off that momentum from the first half. Can they keep the drive alive? Only 3 down rushers. And a first down. Devin Hester makes the catch. Big-time catch there for Devin Hester. Not having the game he was predicting in the presser. The pregame presser, but that's all right. Full house here now. Stacking the box. Quick throw. It's going to be a mid-screen, and Jude Abraham gets 0 yards on his first catch as he gets leveled by the defensive lineman. Vince Wilfork not letting that go anywhere. Second and 10 now for Minnesota. Down 6. Already a minute gone here in the second half. As you're yamming it deep in an open man, a one-handed grab. That's Jude Abraham inside the 20 after a 45-yard gain. Showing off the hands there. As Slade finally starts to attack deep. They're cheating up a little bit. Inside the red zone now, and Minnesota could take the lead. Full house here. Slade Roden. He keeps it, and he goes down, tackled for a loss. Bud Peeler, once again, another TFL for him. 2nd and 10 here for the Golden Gophers. Down 6. Remember, they're down 14 at one point. As they hand it off here, Rashawn Bailey to the weak side, and that goes for -1. Mike Gunn on the tackle. So a 3rd and long here. Can Illinois get off the field with the lead? 3rd and 12. Slade, he has time, delivers a strike, but Jeffrey Henderson just goes out of bounds. So 4th and 8 incoming. In Minnesota, they're going to take the field goal. So a 34-yarder here to pull within 3 for Minnesota. The kick is up, and it's right down the middle. 20-17 here as Illinois maintains the lead. You got to think that's a win. That wasn't down the middle. That was scary. So Illinois gets the ball back with the lead here in the 3rd quarter. I think they'll take that after a rough end to the half. So how is Illinois? They dominated time of possession here in the first half. A couple of missed opportunities. Couple of times they had to settle for a field goal. Split back set here to start the drive. Quick option, and they can't get it out. A.J. Klein making the tackle. Already his 4th TFL of the game, just living in the backfield. Second and 14 now. Trips to the right. Tight end has his hand on the ground and motions. Second and long here, Tim Miles. He takes off, he stumbles, and he puts the ball on the ground. Minnesota recovers. They take over in the red zone, and it's Marvin Irby. The second mistake of the day, and Flame is furious. Minnesota taking back over, already 10 unanswered points, and they can take their first lead of the ball game here. Slade rode in with a man in motion. They hand it off for Sean Bailey, and he goes down. Joe McNair on the tackle. Is the defense going to show up again in the red zone? Can they defend the lead? That's all you can ask a defense to do. 2nd and 12. Slade, he's going to throw it. He's going to the end zone. And it's a touchdown by Jude Abraham. He tiptoes the back of the end zone. A beautiful ball by Roden. And the Gophers take the lead. What a comeback from the Gophers. Down 14-0 at one point. And down 20, I believe 20-7. Been all the Gophers since the middle of the second quarter. How is Flame going to respond here? He's choked a few times in his career, mainly in the playoffs. He's known for being a regular season dominator. Tim Miles got to settle him down here. He made a mistake on the first drive of the game. And now he made a mistake on the first drive of the second half. Can he settle in and get them the lead back? Only down 4, plenty of time. Yeah, 17 unanswered, but plenty of time. 2nd and 5 here. Very evenly matched. One more turnover, though, for Illinois. Davis Holman in motion. 2nd and 5. Triple option again. Flips it out to Boogie Toes. And Freddie Funyuns making a tackle. He already has a pick on the day, and he makes a tackle in the backfield. Big hit from the corner. 3rd and 3. Last thing you want if you're Illinois is to go 3 and out. Split backs here. About halfway through the third quarter. Boogie Toes up the gut, and he gets the first down. He outstretches. Delvin Blizzard couldn't hang on. First down, Illinois. So the Illini not going away shyly here. 1st and 10. Screen out wide. Davis Holman catches it, and he gets about 4. Risky throw. That was the throw that they got their pick 6 off. But Illinois, I mean, they dominated time of possession, but only 13 offensive points here today. 2nd and 6 now. Triple option again. Miles, he flips it out, and that's going to be another first down. Matt Osborne as he got leveled by Freddie Funyuns. 1st and 10, Illinois. They're now starting to drive, getting a bit of confidence. Running behind those tackles as Tim Miles pulls it out. He keeps the ball yet again. He gets about 4. Covering up the ball as he fumbled it last time. He's already had 20 carries here today. 2nd and 6 now. McKenzie comes to the backfield here. More triple option. Miles keeps it. He flips it out. A beautiful pitch and springs McKenzie for a first down. A big-time pitch there from Tim Miles. Looked scary from the booth, but it worked to perfection. 1st and 10, Illinois. Tim Miles takes off again, breaks 1, and he goes down, and he's sacked. Sean Bailey coming up to make the sack there. Couldn't quite get the guard on him in time. 2nd and 14 now. As they go backwards a bit, they're going to have to convert through the air at some point. But they hand it off to Boogie Toes here, and he gets a lot of it back. He's still going. First down, Boogie Toes. Illinois finding their run here on this drive. Going back to the physicality that they were showing in the first half. Maintaining ball possession, moving the line, moving the sticks, dinking and dunking it down to the end zone. Here comes Illinois now. 1st and 10 inside the 30. McKenzie back. He gets the jet sweep, and he is blown up. And who else? A.J. Klein, his 5th tackle for loss on the day. Single-handedly blowing up this offense. 2nd and 13, split backs yet again. And shovel option, but Miles just keeps it as he's brought down by Gary. 3rd and long now for Illinois. Might be fringe field goal range. They probably want at least to get half of this back, if not just the full conversion here. It's going to be a screen pass for Boogie Toes. He gets the reception, and he goes down awkwardly. Another tackle by A.J. Klein. 4th down, and here comes the field goal unit. It's going to be a 49-yarder from right hash to pull within 1. Here's the kick. It's a long one. And right down the middle, Illinois responds. They break the scoreless streak. Down 1 point here at home. We've got about 10 minutes left here in game day. Things are starting to heat up. Neither team given an inch at this point. But Minnesota, man, all the momentum's on their side. Some big plays. They've dominated this half ever since the Rashawn Bailey long run. Absolutely clutch kicker. And look at this run again. Look at the hole just open up, the blocking to perfection. And Rashawn Bailey and Mobley in a race to the end zone. Slade wrote in a few big plays here. They're giving us the highlights. What a throw to Jude Abraham. Minnesota, remember, they're beaten and battered. They faced Ohio State, Iowa, and Nebraska, for crying out loud, in their first 3 games. Illinois coming off Tulsa. So, definitely a difference in competition and in wear levels, as you know, Illinois has only played 2 games, 1 in the past 3 weeks. Illinois, can they maintain perfection? About 10 minutes away. Can they score yet again here? They hand it off for Rashawn Bailey up the gut, and he's brought down. Big time tackle from Bud Peeler and Skip Stackle, the 2 freshman SFA players. 3rd and 2. Massive chance here for Illinois. You got to watch out for the run, though. Only 5 in the box as they spread them out here on 3rd and short. But they are going to throw it. Slade Ronan yamming it deep, open man. There he goes. Can they tackle him? No. Broken tackles. Touchdown, Minnesota. Steven Jackson. A massive play re-extends the lead here for Minnesota. Breaking 2 tackles. Steven Jackson, have yourself a day. Even the ref tried to stop him. There you go. So, 3rd and 2, they take their chances on the deep shot, and it works. But we got a return. Cooking here, Illinois down the sideline. He's still running. Nehemiah Smith for 51. Illinois right back in business as this game's starting to heat up. And the over hits, if you're thinking about game day. 1st and 10 here for Illinois. They've got to score yet again. Hand it off to Boogie Toes. Remember, they only have 16 points of offense here today. They had the pick 6 on the first couple of minutes. Can Illinois re-find the end zone? 2nd and 7. So, going to be a screen pass again. Boogie Toes out wide. Brought down from behind by Delvin Blizzard. The SFA player able to get out there, recognize it. And as we head to the 4th quarter, 31-23 Minnesota. They've had a masterful quarter here. Ridiculous quarter here for Minnesota. They get the lead after losing the entire first half. I mean, with overtime, we've had like 50 both sides. And it's picked off! Tim Miles tries to push it, and that's the third turnover of the game for Illinois. But probably the highest scoring game we've ever seen on like a game day, I think, was probably the Season 9 SEC Championship, I think. High scoring. All right, Slade rode in now. They can really put a nail in the coffin here with another touchdown as they're already up 8 and they have the ball. Illinois, I mean, they had the lead. It's been downhill since they gave up that touchdown to Rashawn Bailey at the end of the first half. Can Illinois, the defense, can they come up clutch here? They got to force like a turnover or something. They do bring down Rashawn Bailey on first contact, which is tough to do. Yeah, I don't think we've had that high scoring of a game. Check scoregami, I don't think we've had that high. I think the highest we had is like 120 or 130 combined. Slade here, and he's sacked! Down he goes! Illinois is going to get the ball back. Joe McNair, the only CPU player on this defensive line, coming up clutch today. 4th down. So after the interception, nothing happens. Illinois still in business. Here comes Illinois. They're going to start at their own 45. Jay Jetta says Slade sucks as he's dominating Illinois. All right, here comes Illinois now after throwing another pick. How is Tim Miles going to respond? He just runs it up the gut. He has 2 picks today and a fumble. Fighting Illini, though. He's trying to will his team to victory. They are still in it. Only down 8 here. 2nd and 3 here. Hands it to Boogie Toes. He runs over a man, but he still goes down. 3rd and short. Got to think Illinois might be in 4-down territory. 3rd and 3 now. They hand it off. Boogie Toes gets the 1st down and a lot more. So now they're inside the 40 here. Split back safety coming in. And more triple option. They hand it off to TJ Reddick, his first carry, and that goes nowhere. Dennis Luke on the tackle. You're on a bye, Jay Jettas, right? So he'll go down in the rankings. 2nd and 12. Corner blitz incoming. They pick it up. Over the middle. Caught Davis Holman. But he stopped short of the 1st down. 3rd and 2 here. Can't be taking field goals at this juncture. They're stacking the box here. Stacking the line at least. And it's going to be a screen pass. Boogie Toes gets it. And he gets the 1st down. Evades Freddie Funyuns this time. Not getting smoked on the edge. His 7th reception. Tim Miles, not the greatest stat line, but all you got to do is win. 1st and 10 now. Triple option yet again, and he's speared by Roach. Brandon Roach, his 3rd TFL. These linebackers are always so good in Minnesota. The next generation after Shaquan Bowser. 2nd and 12 now. Inside the 30. Time ticking away. Hands it off. He has some room. Tim Miles runs over a man, and it takes 2 men, including Freddie Funyuns, to bring him down. 3rd and short, though. Minnesota, another chance to get a stop. It's a long one. What is the call? They come back out in shotgun. Gotta think it's a run here. Man in the backfield. Hand it to Boogie Toes. He picks the wrong hole. Evades A.J. Klein. First down, Illinois. They're in business. They're inside the 10 here. Flames heating up on there on the sideline. Split back set. First and goal. Man in motion. Triple option. He gets the pitch off. 1-on-1. A stiffy on Freddie Funyuns. Touchdown, T.J. Reddick. Illinois is back in this ball game. And they're going to have to go for 2 here. You got to think to tie this game up. Still plenty of time if they don't get it, but this is a massive play here. Man in motion, it's Eddie Royal. They're going to keep it with Tim Miles, and he's brought down. Minnesota maintains the lead. We know how this game turns out. Arizona State completely chokes 2 weeks in a row. The entire Pac-12 South taking a shit in the last couple of weeks. As this game's coming down to the wire. 4 minutes, 41 seconds left here in game day. A 2-point game here. Couldn't ask for a better ending, especially after a blowout got ruined by the blue square. Minnesota, can they hang on? First and 10, Slade Roden. He's going to keep it here. He has some room. Follows his blocker. Slade Roden up the gut. 17 yards for the quarterback. It was 21-3 for Minnesota. Minnesota here going to start running their 4-minute offense. Illinois has to get a stop. Rashawn Bailey gets some speed, and he goes down after 8. He's averaging 7.5 here. He had that long run. Who is Illinois going to lean on to get a stop here? They fake it over the gut. Devin Hester gets the first down. And they're hurrying the ball up. So Minnesota not really too keen here on wasting time, as Slade Roden has had a great second half here today. Slade once again. He has time. It runs out. He floats it in. Incomplete. Devin Hester can't squeeze it. Second and 10 here at the 48. Pistol. You got to think they're going to run the ball with Rashawn Bailey. No, they throw it. And he delivers that short to Devin Hester. Third and medium upcoming. Illinois, here is your chance. About 3.5 minutes left here in week 5. 3rd and 5 here for Slade. What is the call? They're going to run the clock now. Only 3 down linemen. Watch out for the run. Minnesota up 2 as we head towards the 3-minute mark here on the road. They're going to throw it. Slade over the middle. First down, Minnesota! A massive first down as they maintain the lead up 2 and the clock continues to run. Illinois is going to have to start using those timeouts. They bring the safety down here. Hands it off for Rashawn Bailey. He's pushing, and he goes down after 2. Illinois still not using the timeouts. They are waiting, and here comes the first one. 2nd and 8 here. Last chance for Illinois. And Rashawn Bailey met at the line. Carries him for 6. Vince Wilfork can't believe it. 3rd and 2, a touchdown wins the game for Minnesota. To stay perfect, Rashawn Bailey stiffies a man. First down and a lot more. Minnesota. No time left for Illinois. No timeouts. Slade Roden dumping it off to Rashawn Bailey. But they don't even need to run the ball anymore. Just 2 minutes left. It's not quite over. Second and 4 here. They are just going to continue to run the clock. If you're Illinois, it's a tough spot because you can't let them score because it would go up 2 scores, but you also want to maintain time. Second and 4 here. They're throwing it again. A quick throw to the end zone. Touchdown, Devin Esther. Illinois' only hope now is a blocked extra point and no go. Illinois putting up a great fight here today. Still some time. I mean, the path is there. You need a touchdown and you need an onside kick at this point. Davis Holman gets back to the 15. Down 8. They led this game at one point 20-6. 32 unanswered, or not unanswered, but they went on a 32-9 run to get a screen pass here to Boogie Toes. Can't break the tackle. He does not get out of bounds. Clock continues to roll. Refs hating on Illinois here today, and you got to point to the turnovers and the long, big plays given up. Tim Miles here. He's yamming that one to the corner, and it's caught by Davis Holman. First down, Illinois. Nice catch there by the number 1 target. Minute 12 left. Just got to give yourself enough time to drive down for a field goal if you somehow corral an onside kick. And they're yamming this one out of bounds, out of play. Tim Miles can't connect. Fans already starting to head to the exits here in Champaign, Illinois. And over the middle, and that's knocked away by Gray, the middle linebacker. 3rd and 10 upcoming for Tim Miles. And question for you, chat. Did Minnesota do enough for you today with this win to get your number 1 vote? I have a decision to make. I mean, yeah, the game didn't count, but how do you factor in that start that they had 21-3, and then being able to battle back down multiple scores as well? Is that's going to be a turnover and going to be the game. Eddie Royal can't get to the yard marker on the screen, and who else brings him down but A.J. Klein, his 6th TFL of the game. Baylor loses, so they're not going to be number 1. As Minnesota, East Carolina, and Baylor were all receiving number 1 votes. I think I still have to give Minnesota that number 1 vote, except ECU also dominated, so got to think about that one. 2nd and 12 here. As that should be the final snap of the ball game. And as we hit triple zeros here in Champaign, Illinois, the Golden Gophers come in and they come out victorious. 38-29, keeping the dream season alive as they get their 4th straight top 25 win in a row to start the season. They've now beaten the likes of Ohio State, Nebraska, Iowa, and now Illinois, and another hard-fought come-from-behind victory. It wasn't pretty in the first half, but they got it done. How high will Minnesota climb this year? Who knows? But Illinois put up quite a fight. They had a lead for a long time here. And we will see you guys all next week. Thanks for watching. Blue square giving Minnesota opportunity to drop 21 and fashion both halves. Yeah. That was quite the ending there. 149 end. All right, so like normal, watch party is going to go live for everybody to watch if you want to watch it. I do recommend. It was a really good game between Yui against her former school. Came down to the wire. And then I'm going to eat dinner. Got to get the Instagram post up. And then I'm going to start recruiting. Recruiting is going to take longer than normal. Just because I was out of town. I haven't been able to keep up with the pitches throughout the week. But it will come tonight. Everything like normal will still come out tonight. But don't wait up if it's late for you. Remember, this game started out with a pick six, and then, you know, Illinois, they got the majority of their points there at the start. They just couldn't punch it in, had to settle for a bunch of field goals, and then this 75-yard touchdown run for Rashawn Bailey was ridiculous, and then the big plays just kept coming. The toe tap in the back of the end zone, followed by the 71-yarder from Jackson. It was just ridiculous. They did get a nice little touchdown there from A.J. Klein, or the backup running back, but Illinois just not enough, and I think the turnovers were really the real reason. Tim Miles had a good game, but you gotta convert on those touchdowns. You can't turn the ball over, and that's what they did. They also probably should have given Boogie Toes the rock a little bit more than Miles, but a lot of it was triple option, so you can't really pick and choose, but they really clamped them down there outside. You know, a lot of these passes did go to Boogie Toes, just dump off passes. And on defensively, I mean, Vince Wilfork, no sacks. Just one sack from McNair here, one from Marshman. The pick six, yes, but hard to overcome your offense giving up 3 touchdowns. But big time game for Jake Vaughn, the senior. They can lean on him the rest of the way. Slade Roden, really hard start for him, but the second half absolutely exploded. Running the ball, Rashawn Bailey, once again, had a kind of a rough start, but once he got that 75-yarder, he was off to the races. And receiving, I mean, 3 big-time players making big-time plays. The biggest of which was Steven Jackson, the junior. A.J. Klein, though, player of the game for me on this defense. Dennis Luke did have a pick, so did Freddie Funyuns, but A.J. Klein constantly made life hell in the backfield there. And, yeah, that's going to do it. Let's get the players of the game, and then we'll get on out of here. Another crazy week here in the SFA. Never a dull moment, as we had 4 top 10 upsets here this week, as we will definitely see the top 25 poll shift drastically. Alright, folks, like usual, thank you guys all for watching. We'll see you on Sunday morning for a very early game day. Another one. So, thank you guys all for watching, and we will see you later. Peace.